Java Hut 13 vocoder. I tried your vocoder video, but I am on a Mac 10.5 Leopard running Logic 8, and it didn't work, as I am not able to get a vocoder signal mix with audio and synth together, and I would like to be able to do it in real time. As I play, am I able to lay a vocoder arrangement in real time over a beat? Yes, you can. Here's the way that you would do it. You'd have an audio track set to record. So let's say your audio track is set up to input 1. You would also set your vocoder to listen to input 1. And the reason that you couldn't get the voice to do anything in your vocoder is to the right-hand side of the vocoder, there is a button that allows you, on the far right, it says, if it says SYN like that, then that means it's only going to play like a regular synth. But if you go here, VOC, that means it's vocoding. It's listening to your voice come in, and it's going to vocode the signal. Okay? So just make sure that that's changed, and you should be cool. Another thing you can do is just go to the presets, where it says Vintage Vocoder, and like if you choose something like Open Heaven, it'll automatically be set to vocoding. Okay? What else you got? Hey, hope you are fine. I'm okay. Your videos have helped me a lot. That's good. Thank you very much. I'm from Guatemala and a Logic user. Awesome. I really have to ask you if I make a rewire with Ableton and Logic, is that possible? Yep, definitely. Just like it's just like using Reason. All you do is you open Logic first, then you open Live, then you'll go to an external instrument, make that Live. Any audio coming out of Live will play right through the Logic mixer, and you're all good. Okay? You can also, if you create instruments in Live, you'll be able to play them as well. So there you go. Synthajoy. I'm not sure there's the right way to ask you for tips. Put that on mute. And please apologize, blah, blah, blah. I come from Cubase, and I wanted to get RMS level infos about my track. I just inserted a level meter on the master and adjusted the master fader until I got no clips. If I do that in Logic 8, adjusting the master fader doesn't lower the fader level in the level meter, and what I get is a complete clipped peak level at 0 dB RMS. I tried adding a gain plugin and lower the level, and it seems to work, but not really sure if this is the right way to act. Can you give advice? Thanks in advance for all your incredible tutorials, blah, blah, blah. You are very, very welcome. Synthajoy. So this is a technical question. Usually what I try to do is get my gain staging set up so that by the time I reach the output levels, my RMS is going to be like -6 or something like that. And then I rely on mastering. If you want to just put a plugin on there that's going to keep it from clipping, go ahead and pop a limiter on there and just have the limiter set to 0, and then it'll bump the limiter every once in a while, but it's a brick wall and it's not going to let it through. And set the limiter to about -0.2 and you should be good. Okay, the RMS level meter is going to be under your metering plugins, but I think you already talked about that. There's a lot of, the multimeter is also a great meter for use in Logic because it will show you peak and RMS, as well as it has a goniometer which shows you your phasing and all that stuff. And for those of you who don't know what that is, it's okay. Don't worry about it. By the way, if that doesn't answer your question, just get back to me, Mateo. Alright, Logic Training. Do you offer a complete level 1 training course? Or can you suggest a good one? Bear in mind, we're a training center. We do Logic level 1 and level 2. And we also do remixing class and synthesis and game audio and all kinds of other stuff. So check us out online. But let me know where you are, because I probably need to find a training center that's near you. So DJ Box 1, shoot me a message. Help! Got the US 122 Tascam and using on my Logic 8. Problem is, when I talk on the mic, I can't hear nothing. My computer built-in mic works, and don't want to use that, and trying to figure out how to disable a CPU mic and use external mic through the interface. CPU mic records, Logic records vocal, but I don't hear my own voice during recording, blah, 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 blah. Everything worked good. Mic the interface. What did I do for it not to work no more? Help, help. Go to your preferences. Go to Logic, go to preferences, go to your audio driver, make sure that that says US 122 instead of built-in mic or line in, because if you have the line in selected, then it's going to record something that looks like audio, but it's not going to play anything back because it's expecting line input. I think that's probably what's going on, especially if it was working before. So make sure to apply the changes. It'll reboot the audio driver and you'll be good. Updated environments. Really getting a lot out of your tutorials. Found 2 of my synths on your iDisk. Can't load them into Logic 8. Oh, God. Okay, here's the deal. I had all these environments. They're awesome. But in order to make them work in Logic 8, I have to load them into Logic 7 and then load them into Logic 8. I don't have time to do that. If somebody's out there that has Logic 7, can you please help me with this? Or maybe we can get multiple people to do it, split up the work. I don't know, but there's no way I can do it. I just don't have time. You'd have to open all of these in Logic 7 and then load them into Logic 8. So I'll see if there's some way around it. Maybe there's some kind of program I can download that does the conversion for me, but sorry. Alright. Up toenail, let's see. Control surfaces in Logic. Enjoying the vids. Here's the skinny MPK49. Love those MPK49s, but everybody wants to know how to set them up. Managed to get the basic functions to sync with Logic, namely transport controls, faders, and pan knobs. I'm having trouble getting some more of the detailed sync functions to work, like program change, solo track, on solo track off, tap tempo, etc. Would no be a pain to tackle this because you're a ton of different control for Oy vey. I kind of don't want to get wrapped up in doing one specific control surface, but maybe what I'll do is I'll use like one of our axioms here, and I'll show how I set that up, because it's going to be very similar to how you set up the MPK. Back with huge stock of question. Okay, how to slap a bass? All the Logic basses, none of them are picked. Slap bass, you're pretty much going to have to get a sampled instrument of a slap bass. Nainbao. I've read interviews of my favorite producers, and all of them are talking about exaggerated compression. I was wondering if I could do that. Yes, you can. Especially in Logic 8, the compressor built into Logic 8 has several different kinds of compressor emulators. There's opto, which means optical, which is very slow. There's FET, which is a different kind of. It's got a feel like an 1176. There's all these different feels, and if you want exaggerated compression, you just pull the threshold down really far and turn up the ratio. That's pretty much it. All right, what else we got? I'm almost done. I'm trying to get all the way through this if I can. Let's see. Pitch correction. Thanks for your tutorials. Could you make a tutorial about pitch correction? The only thing about pitch correction is a lot of people end up going for that T-pain sound, and it makes me want to shoot myself in the head. I'll think about that. Not shooting myself in the head, but the whole pitch thing video. Rewire Reason in Logic Pro. I saw your video about rewiring Reason in Logic Pro A. I'm having an issue when I create the instrument track. I have all the channels on the drum channeled to a mixer. So when I choose redrum in Logic, I can choose the mixer or redrum the instrument. It also shows hardware interface. When I choose the hardware interface, redrum plays normal. When I choose redrum, it sounds distorted. When I choose the redrum mixer, it mutes it because the key mapping is set that way. The main problem I'm having is playing it through redrum the instrument. Do you know how I would be able to have it play normal through redrum? A kick is a kick, but it doesn't sound right. Sorry if it's unclear. Garen. Here's what's happening. I think I know what's happening. The reason it sounds distorted is because Logic is sending a MIDI note message to Reason, and Reason is also receiving a note message from your keyboard. Turn off the keyboard in Reason. So go to your preferences in Reason, go to MIDI input, and deselect the control surface when you're using Reason in slave mode. Alright folks, I got to go to my award ceremony, so that's all I have time for. I'm going to do an experiment and see if YouTube actually lets me post this whole thing. But until then, ciao.